Hi, my name is Samantha, and my presentation is on vet techs and what they do and what they're all about. So I originally got interested in vet techs, so I spent a while at ISU in their veterinary facility, and I learned all about what they did. So just to kind of be on the same page, what do they do? So veterinary techs administer medications, vaccines, and all the stuff that requires that. They collect and record patients' histories. They provide nursing care and administer first aid to the patients or animals. And they usually observe the behavior and the conditions that the animals come in when they come into their facility. For just a few things that they do. So now that you know what a veterinary tech does, how do you become one? So the education. Veterinary techs, they must complete a post-secondary program in veterinary technology. Now, most programs offer a 4-year bachelor degree in animal science. So a helpful hint for people interested in becoming a vet tech, you need to take a lot of math and history and biology in high school. So along with that, you need your license and certification to become a vet tech. There's a veterinary technician national exam, and depending on the states and the candidates, it varies up depending on what you have to do. But technologists looking for work in a research facility, they need to complete the American Association for Laboratory Animal Science. Now this has 3 levels of certification, the AALAS, the LAT, and the LATG. Along with this certification is not mandatory, but workers must show at each level skills of animal husbandry, health and welfare in the facility administration, and prospective employees. To become certified, candidates must work in experienced laboratories and facilities to pass the AALAS. So now we know what they do and how to become one. We should know their work environment. So the work environment of a vet tech. Vet techs typically work in private clinics, laboratories, zoos, research facilities, boarding kennels, rescue lodges, and anything that you'll really find an animal where they need help. And their jobs are usually physically and emotionally demanding. For example, they may witness abused animals, or they might have to put down animals and help get rid of the sick and injured ones. And they actually get injured quite a bit in their job and their field of work because they have to be restraining animals for the veterinarians, holding them, cleaning their teeth. They may be bitten, scratched, and can get sick off of that. And along with that, their work schedules can be hectic. If they work in clinics and laboratories, they have to be fully staffed 24 hours a day. So that means that they may have to work evenings, nights, weekends, or holidays. So with all that information thrown at you, I think there needs to be 4 important qualities to becoming a vet tech. You need to have compassion. If you don't have compassion for the animals, then it's obviously not your field of work. And you need to have compassion because you're kind of working in a sensitive issue with a person's animals. You need to be detail-oriented because you need to pay attention to what you're doing, and you cannot slack off when you're cleaning their teeth or performing any type of operation. So that is a good sign that they need to be detail-oriented. Along with that, you need some interpersonal skills for the third one. You need to spend a substantial amount of time working with staff, other employees, and the owners of the pets. And sometimes you need to counsel them on the nutrition and behavior of your animal. And along with that, you need manual dexterity. Dexterity is important because vet techs must spend a lot of time with animals and with a lot of medical equipment and operating on them. And they do a lot of complex tasks. So now that I've thrown all that information at you, I'm going to give you a little example of what they do. Now, I cannot bring a live animal today, so I'm going to use this stuffed dog as an example. One of their main things is they do full physical body exams. So when they do a full body exam, they start with the head. You go to the nose. If it's obviously moist and clean, then that is a good sign. If it is not, if it's dry, cracked, or has a discharge or bleeding from the nose, then there's your sign that the nostril region is sick. And once you're done with the nose, you move to the eyes. The eyes should be bright and the pupils should be centered, and they should be, like the whites of their eyes should not have any discoloration, and Their pupils should move to light just like humans do. If they're dull, sunken, then that is obviously not a good sign. And their ears. Their ears should be in perfectly good health. They should be pink ears, and they shouldn't have any odor or discharge from the ears. Moving from the ears, you go to the mouth. The teeth should be nice and clean, and the gums should be really pink. If they're sore to the sight, then that's obviously a sign that's not good, or tartar accumulation around the base of the teeth. Once you're done with the head, you move to the neck, chest, and breathing. You start with the breathing. If it's difficult to hear your pet breathe, that's good, unless when they're panting or just got done doing a lot of running. And it's also a good sign if their chest wall moves freely. And it's not a good sign if you can hear any abnormal noises when they're breathing or any stops in their breathing along with that. Once you're done with the breathing, you need to move to the abdomen. You should feel no lumps, bumps, or masses or discomfort. And any lump, bump, or mass you should take it to your further veterinarian. And if their abdomen feels hard or dense and feels distraught. Once you're done with that, you should move to just the overall appearance of your animal. This coat should be nice and shiny depending on the animal, but most coats are shiny and nice looking. And if there's any breakage or any discharge coming from the skin or lots of odor, that's obviously a hygiene issue. Once you're done with the skin, you move to the temperature of the animal, and that is where they use the thermometer, which I'm not going to show, but they should usually be between 101 and 102 degrees Fahrenheit, and anything is abnormal between 103 and under 99 degrees. Once you are done with the temperature, you move to the pulse and heart rate. Now, when you find the heart rate, you need to find the femoral artery is where you're going to find the best pulsing sensation. And it's in the leg, and you need to put your backhand behind here and your thumb over here. And that is where you'll find the best pulse. And you count for 15 seconds and then multiply by 4, and you'll find your heart rate for the animal. And cats are usually 100 to 160 beats per minute, and a dog is usually 60 to 160. And that is how you complete a full body exam on an animal. So, any questions? I have not, but I worked or spent a while in their research facility at ISU. Any more? Yeah. Yes, I am, but I would want to spend a couple more years and just become a veterinarian. But any more? Well, thank you for listening, and have a great day.